time to finish this.
Indeed. But, well, yeah, the Umber Hulks might have been something we could beat on. Undead, I don't think so. Well, we could try one of the other abilities. They would at least suppress the ability, give us a little bit of spirit essence.
Are you all right?
I'm fine, why do you ask?
When your spirit powers emerged against the bear god, I felt drawn to you, as if your hunger was testing my spirit as well. You need to learn more about this curse, and soon. I fear for you, for all of us, if your power grows further.
As long as there are spirits nearby, I shouldn't starve.
I do not think that devouring spirits will be more than a temporary measure, and there's no telling what devouring spirits will do to you. I would only feed when necessary. To inflict your curse on others does not seem just.
Yeah, it probably isn't, but I don't care. There must be some balance I can achieve with this hunger. Some way to control and suppress it.
That is the most we can hope for at the moment, it seems. More knowledge of its origins should help. From there, we can establish a plan of attack to free you from this.
We could just lead these companions to the Veil Theater. Don't have to use them. But at the same time, if you want to play solo, just play solo. And since we're given the companions that have a decent amount of spoken interaction, I might as well use them. I think Storm of Zahir doesn't really have all that much of that. It's more like
Of course.
Icewind Dale, where you have a chance to, if you want to, create a larger party, all characters that you've made for yourself. It's not like there isn't spoken dialogue and things like that, but the nature of the adventure is somewhat different. Might as well enjoy this while we have a chance. I don't want to chat up with him now or her. I want to know if she knows more about this place. Tell me about Shadow, Molsontier.
It is a shadow of the city you have left behind, but as you may have perceived when you arrived, it is not an exact imitation. There are distortions of architecture, and sometimes a different flow of streets or paths. It is enough to recognize what Shadow Mulsantir is supposed to represent, but not what it is. I hope that served to dispel your confusion rather than compound it. To describe Shadow is an elusive thing.
So the answer is no. No, we
Time to
cannot.
finish this.
The door is black, gleaming even in the dim light of the shadow plane, and edged with curving runes. It seems crude somehow, like a lesser copy of a grander work. The keyhole, if indeed it is a keyhole, is a thin vertical opening. It seems more suited to a smooth metal blade than an ordinary key. Sophia, those runes are unfamiliar to me. Have you seen them before? These runes are familiar. I've seen them before, though I can't recall their exact meaning. I'm half certain that they've been altered, etched a second time to distort their meaning. If they'd been written properly, I think they would have considerable power, a force that would defy or unmake reality. Ancient mosaic. This mosaic is very old, picked out in gleaming tiles of black and grey. It depicts a ferocious battle scene, a swirling melee of humans, fiends and other that you cannot make out. Your eye is drawn to a figure that stands nearly in the center of the battle, facing a towering fiend. His sword is raised above his head, bright silver, with an unmistakable shape. It is a sword that you know. The sword of gift. Do you know the blade? The figure holding it is Akachi, sometimes known as Akachi the Betrayer, for leading a revolt against his own god. His blade was said to be a sword of silver. Its surface flowed like water over allies and friends, but it would wound the spirits of any enemy it touched. Each of the tiny figures has been created with great care, representing human and demi-human warriors, fearsome devils, winged celestials, and a single horned dragon. Oddly, you have difficulty determining who is fighting whom. Some humans seem to be allied with the devils, while others oppose them. The sword-bearer is clearly fighting against the devils, but so are the dragons, the celestials, and many of the humans. A strange company of allies indeed. Locked door. Mummified priest. No, they're not that dangerous. Offering urns. I think these spawn extra enemies. Yeah. Red Wraith. Okay. Let's see how this goes. I'm silenced. They're not gonna be casting anything. Well, that sucks. Actually, the priests are much more dangerous opponents. And I don't have the mutation anymore, so priests left. No. Okay. These are basically high-level clerics and mummies. Every kind of a ceremonial urn we loot will produce a new enemy. Scriptorium. Death Knights. 3 Death Knights, but they're not hostile at this point. Well, in theory, they should be fairly straightforward to take care of. As we all know, theory is always correct. What mortal dares to disturb us? You will never leave this place alive, And when you are dead, I shall see to it that you join us in our eternal vigil. Ooh, they are sneak attacking. That's wonderful. And they have skies. That's when that does a critical hit. That's gonna hurt. That is gonna hurt like a. Don't get stuck there. I'll try control undead. See if this works. Well, it should have worked, but it did. Dominated. What are we looking at? Level 24 enemy. 14 fighter, 10 blackguard, so it's actually a fairly competent saving throws. 5 attacks per round. Main hand weapon, Death Knight Sky +3. This is interesting to me because now I get to see what we're, Weapon focus longsword, longsword, longsword. Use poison. Use poison means that you can use poisons without any danger really of hurting yourself, I suppose. Right. Yeah, inflict. A lot of nasty. Okay, what's happening here? Something happened to our burn in the face. Plus it was killed. I'll try control undead. I should kill him. He's not dying this time. So different rules. Maybe. But no. I suppose different rules is a good explanation for it. The more you stay.
Time to finish this.
Yeah, I wish they would handle this, but oh fuck, that turns into something more than. Gun is causing problems. The electrical attack you use will destroy all these offering urns, which means every extra enemy they can produce will be produced. That it? We have to kill the Death Knight, by the way. I haven't noticed anything decent as loot. Kill it, kill it. Why is there a skeleton here now? Death Knight Key, Brilliant Power, Volatile Power Ring, Bone Dancer Ring. Immunity to Death Magic, level ability drain, resistance 10 to piercing and slashing. Okay, that's nice. I'm not sure I'm a good character to take that.
To me, my allies, I shall lead.
It will be done.
To replace the Ring of Power. It's the piercing and slashing resistance that I'm looking forward to. I'm using myself quite a lot as a frontline fighter, so any damage reduction would be great. A gun. This large gun looks aged, but still whole. Either its exquisite craftsmanship or some enchantment has enabled it to weather the centuries without developing cracks or rust. As the sound of the gong reverberates, several ghostly scribes materialize throughout the scriptorium. Ghostly scribes. There are a few scrolls here and there. Assuming they're spell scrolls. Chief Scribe. And see how they could be useful for me. I have pretty much everything. Sophia might get a new spell or two though. It would be great if she did. Ring of Power.
Yes. luckily.
Nothing worthwhile. So, Mr. Head Scribe, what can you offer me? The ghostly figure turns and very slowly to look at you. As its eyes meet yours, you detect a flicker of puzzlement. A tale of deception is writ plain upon your soul, supplicant. You are both the deceiver and the deceived. You will not find truth within these walls, but when you see the lies for what they are, you will return to us, I think. I don't understand. Can you speak plainly? I cannot. My eyes are trained to read the words and disregard the meanings. Thus it has always been. I am Deomidas, chief scribe and supplicant before the Lord of Bones. All that passes through my Lord's gate is recorded within these tomes and ledgers. We record, my scribes and I, but we do not remember. Our scribblings are the mind and the memory of Miracle's vault. Miracle, the former god of the dead. He was slain and replaced by Celeborn. Why do you still labor here? It is words that bind us to the vault of our Lord. Our souls are graven upon its walls, our names writ upon its foundation stones. When one scribe replaced another, the name of the old scribe would be wiped clean, and he would be free to pass beyond to the city of judgment, to join with the scriveners who came before. But a great betrayal was committed here, supplicant, and we stood by and watched. So, taken were we with the traitor's resolve, with the dream that he spun for us in word and deed. And when the treachery was put to an end, we were held to account with all the rest. Ours was a simple retribution, an effortless thing. No more scribes were appointed, and our names were never wiped clean. And so, here we remain. You're talking about the Betrayer's Crusade. That is what we called our treachery, yes. A pretty mask to hide an ugly face. But you were mere bystanders. Your punishment hardly fits the crime. Ah, but you do not know the nature of the treachery. We have always held that our punishment was just and deserved, and we will speak no more of it. Okay. I'm seeking a scroll, the Lamentations of the Dead. Will I find it here? The ghost turns to his massive ledger and is silent for a time. His eyes narrowed, mouthing words to himself. Whatever language he is speaking seems somehow familiar, yet you cannot quite comprehend the words. Yes, the scroll is contained in the archives below. Devour spirit, unleash your hunger upon the scribes, devouring them. Okay. It's an option. I don't think I want to do it now, for one thing, because I haven't asked everything, too. If we get lower on the spirit energy and have no other ways to replenish ourselves, it seems much more sensible to try to do something like that once we're leaving, instead of entering. Are there any necromantic tomes within the vault? Many such books and scrolls may be found in the archives. Our lords faithful were connoisseurs of the necromantic arts, and every book they possessed was copied in the scriptorium and sent to the archives below. I cannot be sure what books remain, and which have fallen to dust. I only know that countless necromantic tomes were marked in our ledgers and carried below into the lower vault. How do I unlock the door to the lower level? Our high priest held the key. I do not know his fate. It is not recorded in our ledger. Okay, what exactly is contained in this vault? All that is recorded is in our ledgers. You will find in the chambers below ancient tomes, prisoners, and treasures of the faith. Prisoners were housed in this vault. Many enemies were made to disappear, supplicant. Those who defied our Lord's faith, necromancers who practiced crafts forbidden even by our church, and the depraved, murderers and worse, delivered to our gates by the witches of Molsantir. Such was the price of building this vault on their sovereign ground. We dispose of the worst of their race. All were imprisoned in the endless dark below, never to emerge until death took them, and their bodies were sent to the furnace. What ancient tomes are stored here? Every book of the faith was brought to the scriptorium and copied by my scribes, or by those who preceded us. All were delivered into the archive below, to be tended by our mummified remains after our souls ascended to the city of judgment. Nothing of us was wasted. Go below and perhaps you will even find my corpse, supplicant. You say there is treasure below? Yes. Much was stolen by those who betrayed our faith and employed in their battle against our God, but some, no doubt, remain. Hmm. Farewell. And to you, supplicant. Right. Don't have the key there. We have the key to the other side. Lars remains. We fight priests again. Offering urns. I don't really want to fight here. That's a lot of crap that can just come out and bother us. Silenced. Did some new enemies appear? Just another upgrade. All too easy. Don't do it! Fuck. It was only the offering urns that create things. To know. Stone Eater Ring. A stone to flesh, 1 use per day. Just a single red braid. Don't have any problem with that. +2 dagger. Wonder how much gold we're gonna end up with, because a lot of our equipment is fairly valuable, and we're getting gold in the thousands every time we loot something.
The sounds you hear, they are born of ghosts. Do not let them distract you.
Okay. Don't worry about the sounds, they're just ghosts. Control undead. As long as these enemies that are spawning on top of us are dread braids, we have nothing to worry about. If they get turned into something a bit more serious, then we'll have to think about looting. Raid's only notable special ability, I suppose, is level drain and ability score drain, but we're immune to it, so really not much of a reason not to pick fights with them.
The scratching in the air, they are the spirits of the scribes, still penning Merkel's scriptures, even in death.
Yeah, there's sort of a lot of dust in the air here. Eight remains, and furnace. Priest reiterates. Cremated spirits. Reiterates. Well, we did a lot of damage. Not sure if we killed all that many things. 2, 3. Killed 3. It has to be the head priest. One with the key. So he either has the key or he knows where the key is. Volatile fire essences. Even if I'm not gonna craft anything out of those, they're still worthwhile to take. They're worth some serious coin. So it's and it has no weight, so it's just like picking up some cash. I'm guessing it's ash and not dust. Grey matter constantly floating here. I think I'm noticing it because there's no such particle effects really in the original campaign.
Begone. There is little enough comfort to be had in this crowded furnace. I won't let you throw yourself into the warmth and crowd it further.
I have no intention of throwing myself into the furnace.
Why else would you come to Merkel's furnace? Go now and find some other warmth.
The child. What is it, priest? A supplicant come to join the many.
Nothing to concern yourself with, child. Recede back into the warmth of the furnace.
But do you sense it? Unlike others that have come, this one is compatible with the many. Let the spirits continue speaking.
Do not even think that it cannot see or hear you, and if it could, such a one could dominate the many and silence my voice. I would no longer be one.
Do not fool yourself, priest. You are one only because I granted it to save you from the many's wrath. Do you wish me to wake the brute?
How dare you! Do not forget, child, that before Cyric's usurpers cast me alive into the furnace, it was I who fed you, nurtured you, educated you.
I've forgotten much, priest, but that is one detail I can never forget, as you have recited it incessantly since you joined the many, and I regretfully made you one.
You should be grateful that I kept the secret of your existence safe throughout the hours of torture I endured for being the high priest of a slain god. For if I had let that detail slip, you and the rest of the many would have been exorcised from the comfort of the furnace and sent to the city of judgment to become martyrs of the wall of the faithless.
I'm going to. We can pretend that we're not hearing them. At least the child. Priest spirit, why are you talking to yourself?
See? See? It does not even know you are there. Are you satisfied now?
Very well. It appears I was mistaken about this one. I will return to my reverie within the furnace. Keep silent so that you do not wake me again.
Oh yes, I will keep silent. The living have little patience for being ignored. If I do not speak to them anymore, they will leave.
Well, we have to have the key. Can we just look at the furnace directly? No. We have to get through the priest. The priest spirit still refuses to speak with you. We can try to intimidate, we can devour the spirits, or at least attempt it. Probe the furnace with your powers. You sense a great many spirits within the furnace, murderers, rapists, petty thieves, and even some innocents, all cremated in the furnace and cursed to remain bound to it.
Wait, what are you doing? I can feel the power you possess. What are you?
I'll ask the questions, and you will answer them.
I will answer as best I can. I have forgotten so much of when I was once alive, so much except for the most terrible memories of my once life. But must I answer before you will leave us in peace?
What is this place?
This is the crematorium of Miracle's vault. The furnace I stand before you is my home, and the home of thousands of others who were cremated here.
Who was cremated here?
Besides myself, all of the criminals of the faith that we kept on the lower level were cremated here after they died in their cells.
So only the spirits of criminals are contained in the furnace?
Most are criminals, but occasionally an innocent will be. I cannot bear to think of it further. The child is one such innocent.
How do you know?
Because he told me so, and I believe him. He was wrongly accused of mutilating his family, and then burning down a temple of Miracle. No child is capable of such an act. Children do not have the capacity for evil.
Oh, wow. Oh, and he probably has never had to really deal with children. Children are evil as fuck. I would say, well, yeah, actually evil. Evil in the sense that this game uses a lot of time in that incredible selfishness, not really giving a shit about others, not really following any kind of ethical or moral limitations or rules. That's children. They're not necessarily mean-spirited. They just they just really don't consider it. Well, in that sense, it's wrong to say evil. It's like saying a dog is evil just because it does something that it doesn't really understand is something it shouldn't be doing. Although, I suppose it's not quite the same, because children would be, I suppose, in a similar way as maybe a pet you have, they'll test their limits. They'll see what they can get away with, what's the point that they don't want to cross, and how far they can push you. Okay, and you must have never had any children of your own.
Oh, but I did, a son. He was murdered along with my wife by one of the criminals within the furnace. I executed that monster cremation himself. I executed that monster's cremation myself, only I didn't wait until he died in his cell.
Are you talking about the brute?
Do not mention him to me. Of all the dark souls within this furnace, he most deserved his fate. What must I answer before you leave?
Okay. Tell me about the child spirit.
The child is one of the dominant spirits that haunt this furnace with me. When I still lived, the child appeared to me often, as one who speaks for the many. Now I am the one.
What is one? The many?
The many are the thousands of souls, those cremated in Merkel's furnace. One is the dominant spirit that speaks for the many.
Why were you cremated?
Soon after my god Merkel was slain by Mistra, followers of Cyric assaulted this vault. We barely were able to see the lower levels before they burst through the entrance. Cyric's raiders slew everyone but me. I was tortured for days that they might learn how to open the gate to the lower vault and plunder Merkel's most precious treasures. I did not relent, so eventually they cast me into the furnace to suffer the same fate as the many I'd sentenced here myself.
You can try to sympathize. Say it's the fate you deserve. You must have suffered greatly. I'm sorry.
Oh yes, I suffered. The memories that are left to me, only the most painful remain clear, but I like to think it was not in vain. Were it not for my actions and my rather painful sacrifice, Zyric's followers would have gotten through the gate to the lower level and completely desecrated Merkel's vault.
What was your sacrifice?
Did I not already tell you? Oh, my memory.
Right. How do you open the gate to the lower level?
I endured torture and a most painful death to keep that secret. I will never reveal it to you.
Hmm. Tell me about the brute.
I will speak no more of him.
We're losing options. Okay. Can I ask about these things again? Child. It seemed like the child commands you.
My relationship to the child is that of a father to his full-grown son. The child yields to me out of respect, and the others of the many, they listen to the child.
I want to speak to the child.
No, by my command neither the child nor any of the others may speak with you. I am one, and I speak for the many.
Your sacrifice was not in vain. The lower level remains sealed.
That is good to hear. I have endured such torment both prior to death and after. Though I may never be released from this furnace, I can endure it easier knowing my sacrifice meant something.
Sympathizing with this tormented spirit has somehow diminished your hunger and the desire to devour him. It suddenly occurs to you that it may be within your power to grant rest to this soul rather than consuming him. Priest, I can release you from your suffering and grant you rest, if you desire it.
Truly, eternal rest seems an impossible dream for the damned servant of a dead god. But if it is within your power, then I beg of you, grant me rest.
Okay, eternal rest. Thus so, be at peace. Brilliant spirit essence. 3 points toward good.
Thank you.
In reaction to what you've done to the priest spirit, several ghosts materialize all around you. We recovered spirit essence and didn't get any hungrier.
Release me. I suffer too. Grant me rest. No, grant me rest.
The brute.
Child, come now. The many flock to the flesh receptacle who exercises the priest.
I am here and I see.
We must slay it now before it disperses the many, before we meet the same fate as the priest.
Wait, I will parley with it. Child, do you desire the same rest I granted to the priest? You have great power and therefore command the respect of the many. We can help each other. You wish passage through the gate to the lower level of this vault, and we pray to be free of this furnace we are bound to. Why can I see you but not the others? Why can I see you but others cannot? You are compatible with the many, so you can see me even when we haven't manifested. Okay, we can try to give them eternal rest or make a deal. So you will give me the key to the gate if I release you. The key to the lower vault is within the furnace, hidden by the priest long ago. However, it cannot be retrieved until the spirits that haunt it are freed. We can try to exorcise the furnace, we can try to consume all the spirits in the furnace, or we can make the deal. I suppose I'm more of a deal maker negotiator, so let's go that route. Eternal Rest seems to be a good alliance with me, too. So, how can I free the spirits? You possess the husk of a powerful spirit creature. Let us inhabit it, and we can leave the furnace on our own.
Do not do this. We want to be free of the furnace, not crammed into an even smaller shell.
It's the only way, Brute. We will be in a smaller place, but one that will travel where we see fit.
Ah, if only these weak spirits could be forced from the furnace. If only my ghostly hands could wrap around their necks.
Okay. 4 options. Use Aku's husk to contain all of the spirits in the furnace. Exercise the entire furnace. Attempt to consume the spirits, or focus your energy on forcing all the spirits in the furnace to emerge. I'm using Aku's husks. Concentrating on the spirit husk of the dead bear god, you will the spirits surrounding you to do it. The husk expands and warps, taking on a different, more terrifying shape. This form suits me. I will join with it. Come, Brood.
What have you done? This unnatural monstrosity, it should not be.
An undead construct of sorts? This is like nothing I have ever seen.
Is this the being you were speaking to before? It is like something out of a nightmare.
Or is not. So I will know. We shall
My caution was suspended for a brief moment during my rebirth. I will unmanifest that I may remain invisible to my enemies, until it's too late for them.
The fiend has vanished.
It's right there. It hasn't moved. Yeah. Most never see me, until I choose to let them. Who or what are you? I am one of many. What does that mean? 1,000 tortured souls are bound up in this shell. I am their voice. I am one of many, Master. Very well. Your clumsy spoken words assault my keen senses. You do not need to speak, Master. As you can hear my thoughts in your mind, so too can I hear yours. You can read my thoughts. Yes. How is it that I can understand your language? It is the call of the dead you hear. All mortal creatures understand it. You almost shiver to hear it. You must know, master, that I am not one for many words. I will speak when the time is right, but mostly I will remain your shadow, silent and deadly.
So hablemos. We shall expios. Eva.
Now it is my desire to join you. Do you wish me to follow in your wake?
Servia. Sea
Yes. Too many souls are among your number. You must drop one to gain the legion that reside within me. Select which companion to remove from your party. No. Never mind.
We shall.
You will find me at the graveyard in Molsantir. Well, that sort of sucks. How can I summon him? No, it's just gonna disappear. It sort of sucks that you have a fairly small group to begin with and you have to leave one out. Oh, crap. I suppose it's going to be either. Well, I don't want to give Sophia the boot because she seems to be very central to the plot. Well, crap. We'll definitely take one of many at a certain point. I suppose one of the priests will must go. Spirit Shaman makes a lot of sense when we go and visit the hags, because he's a half hag.
To me, my allies.
I think
I shall
Kaelin the
lead.
Dove makes a lot of sense here, because she's the one who originally came here anyway.
Come this way.
To me, my allies.
I
shall
should have
lead.
given boot to Kenya. But shit.
Yes. Time to finish this.
You grope blindly through the thick suit and finally grasp the handle of a weapon that feels hauntingly familiar. It is a replica of the silver sword of Gith. This may be the key that is needed to open the gate to the lower levels. Yeah, changing plans. I'm letting Gan go and
I'm ready if you need me.
placing him with one of many. I think I'll end here. We'll explore the lower levels with a bit of a different type of group.
Time to finish this.
I'm not. I think one of many might be somehow alterable. Because he's one personality popping up, so the personality in charge can be changed. We might be able to get a fighter through him. I would really like to see the character though. There's fairly simple reason to it. I need to know, did I get another bishop to join the group? Basically a character that I can't trust in the slightest. Well, I don't trust really anyone in the slightest, but at least to some extent I know what I'm getting with the current group. It's certainly evil. and it wants to be free.
Yes.
You are true neutral.
Hmm?
Chaotic neutral.
To me, my allies, I shall lead.
Neutral good.
I'm ready if you need me.
You are chaotic neutral, leaning on the evil side this time. Not heavily, but still leaning. 1 minute.
Allies, that's...
All right then. I shall enjoy the rest.
One of many is comprised of many malevolent spirits battling for control of the many. The current dominant spirit is the boy, who favors the rogue class, but if another spirit within the many were to become dominant, it is likely that one of many's personality and favored class would change. One of many will automatically level up in its current favored class when appropriate, gaining more powerful natural weapons and becoming more resilient. Because of its incorporeal nature, one of many is unable to equip any items, so it is a construct as far as everything is concerned. Level 20 Rogue isn't particularly useful at the moment, but still decent attributes all over the place. I mean, it doesn't matter what he's gonna turn into, he's going to be doing fine. And a proper Rogue. We don't really have any use for a proper Rogue, but I suppose it's not gonna do any harm. Sneak attack, 10d6 bonus damage. Not gonna do shit against undead though, but that's a massive amount of extra damage. Invisible. So a wraith, invisible wraith. Right. Neutral evil. Okay. At least there's some potential there. If he was chaotic evil, then I don't think so. But neutral evil isn't exactly. It's more of a mercenary type.
I'm ready if you need me. Time to finish this.
Definitely mainly worried about his own ass, but still room for him to have him as part of the team, at least to some extent. Not sure if there's any point in trying to find a different image for this. I doubt we could get anything even remotely suitable. And the image is just fine. It doesn't really remind the computer generated model in any way. It's just an image, so you can
I'm
keep
ready
it.
if you need me. Time to finish this.
I'll go back to the vault and edit there. Wait, we got a new ability. Eternal Rest. Yep. You can feed upon the negative energy that animates any undead target. This ability does not increase or reduce craving, but is likely to yield more spirit energy than suppress. May not be used on the same day as press. Costs 1 use of Devour Spirit, has 5-minute cooldown. At least we can take advantage of undead creatures now. And there's no downsides to it. I suppose Devouring Spirits is sort of a neutral ability. Not exactly a good thing, but it's nothing really bad or good about it. And then the evil version would be the Devouring of Souls, or the more evil version. Eternal Rest would be sort of a good ability. I'm pretty sure that if your alignment is actually evil, you can't even get the Eternal Rest. Because you're not going to really sympathize with the priest. I'm not 100% sure on that. It might be something that you have to be really goddamn evil, and instead of being a borderline case like I am, neutral one. But I'll take it. Every new ability that helps. Mummified priest. Where the fuck did you come from? Can I eat you? No, disintegration.
I'll take the lead.
How can we do a little bit of damage? Right.
Wait here for now. I'm over.
And what? What the hell is weighing so much?
I'm overloaded.
Are we losing strength? Two points toward code.
Time to finish this.
I think I'm going to rest after this, so no real point holding back. There's a sphere of silence somewhere there, that's what the noise is. Yeah, there's too much crap in the goddamn magic bag. Also, this probably weighs quite a bit. No, it doesn't weigh shit. Probably have to rest sooner or later. but we still have a handful of spells, so we might as well try to go forward. See if we can do something where we have to rest.